Cher told Hoda live on Today that Lucille Ball said, "Fuck him, you're the one with the talent." Cher brought her trademark candor to Today's show, leaving the studio buzzing after dropping the F-bomb during a live interview. While promoting her memoir, Hoda Kotb asked Cher about the advice she received from Lucille Ball after her 1975 split from Sonny Bono. Cher warned the story wasn't TV appropriate, but Kotb insisted, "We'll just bleep it." Recalling the call with Ball, Cher shared, quote, "I said, Lucy, I'm calling you because there's never been a situation like mine except yours." And she said, "Fuck him, you're the one with the talent," end quote. Cher's jaw-dropping interview was promoting her new book, Part 1. She talked about being in an orphanage. She said Bono thought she was not attractive and really didn't like her and ultimately lost interest in her. She shared that Bono kept every dollar she had ever made, leaving her with only her clothes. The interview and her resilience demonstrated why she is one of the greatest LGBTQ icons in history. The interview is a must-watch for every fan. Well, good for you, Cher. And yes, I mean, as back then in the 70s, women's rights were...
Listen, Lucille Ball. Lucille Ball was a genius. She was incredible. She was the one behind Desi Lou's, productions. She was it. She dumbed herself down because most men couldn't deal with how strong and what a genius she was, you know? She did all that writing. Her acting was just superb, right? And she had to fight to make sure that she got what was entitled to her once her and Desi Arnaz broke up. Kind of same thing with Tina Turner and Joe. She left with nothing except her name, right? Same thing with Cher. This is kind of like a common thing that happens in show business. And unfortunately, you sign a contract or you sign whatever just to be the next star. And this is what you have to come up with.
Put up so on point. I just want to thank you, Faye, for forcing me to Google who she was.
Don't let these people know that. Oh my God, Alex.
For it. But weird odd fact with this story is...
You know who Cher is?
Of course, Cher is. All right.
Just checking.
But do people realize that Sonny Bono was a former Republican congressman?
Yeah.
And this just everything you think about Republican Bono has proven in the story.
He died crashing into a tree while skiing.
Yeah.
And just want to know. I just want all the nerds to know, too, the importance of Lucille Ball, because Desi Lou Studios produced Star Trek.
Yes.
If it wasn't for Lucille Ball, Star Trek would never happen. And therefore, every one of you Star Trek geeks...
You Trekkies?
The
people are queer and Trekkie. That must be...
The trackers must...
It's a big...
acknowledge Lucille Ball.
Yes.
Live
for
long
sure.
and prosper, Cher.
And the fact that she drops the F-bomb like it was like a big deal. She drops the F-bomb in like every interview that she does. You know, David Letterman from 20, 30 years ago. That's why we love her, because she has no fucking filter.
None.
And she just said, and that's what makes her a queer icon, is that she will speak her mind, and
when
that is so tame.
When she was doing Mamma Mia 2, she did the story about how she got the part, and she's like, "Oh, an old assistant of mine called me up. He's like the president of NBC now or something. And he's like, you're gonna do this, you're gonna love this movie." She's like, "Oh, sure, why not?" And I'm just like, that's the cutest story when you're like, "Oh yeah, my old assistant, the president of NBC."